And just like that, I said we would be back, and we are right back. So, Halo is done. I don't ever want to look at that game ever again. At least not for a long time. Like I said, the end was fun. I just didn't have fun in the process in the middle. With the whole introducing us to the Flood, one-shot killing us, and just the slow-ass pacing to get us to where we needed to go. To wrap up and bring us to the final act of the game. But it's old. It's got that pass. But here's a game that isn't as old. Not nearly. But it did come out like 5, maybe 6 years ago. And then was recently re-released on all consoles in a sort of DLC Deluxe package. And if you can read the title under the video right now, you would see that we are going to be playing the Stanley Parable. So I need something that'll make me happy after playing that garbage. Let's go ahead and get started with this game. Now, if you know nothing about this game, you are in for a ride. If you do know what's coming, enjoy it. Turn on my fan. The game is loading. Developed by Crows. Written by Davey Worden. English subtitles. Have I played the Stanley Parable before? I have, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to say no. All right, until the computer is barely visible. That looks fine. All right, the current time, it is 8:20. I mean, that's what it should be here. It's 8:21. No, accessibility settings can be accessed from the main menu. Okay. So, what do you know about Half-Life mods? Specifically Half-Life 2 mods. Well, what you should know is that a lot came out of Half-Life 2 after the game released. Besides being a great game on its own, it really kind of paved the way for modders to come into the scene and start making their own games using the source engine. Now, if you don't know what any of that means, essentially what it means is that people took one game, they liked it so much in the way that it played that they used the same engine to make other spin-off games, or like just one-offs or just their own things. And people downloaded the hell out of it. And one of those games was something called the Stanley Parable. Now, this game is narrated, which is why it offered subtitles. We're going to keep those on for now. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. Oh, the end is never, I see. Do I want to move?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Well, good for you, Stanley.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
So something's gonna happen. No, actually, let's just play this normally. All right. So, we are Stanley. Now, and Stanley is number employee 427. I love the narrator, and I gotta say, there is so much dialogue.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So,
no matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
As you can see, this is how this goes. I want the sensitivity of the... All right, hold up. Okay. That's a bit better. So as you can see, the narrator reacted to the fact that I actually looked around the room to see where the hell my coworkers were. Now, throughout this, you're going to notice he's going to be doing that a lot. Also, what the hell kind of office is this? Why are there so many fucking, like, secluded rooms and doors with no windows to the outside? This is nightmarish. And here we are.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So, this is the defining shot of the Stanley Parable. You have 2 options. You can follow the narrator's directions and go through the door on the left, or you can do whatever the hell you want because you are the player and go right. And there are consequences and scenarios for everything that you, just about everything you do, everything that you can do. So let's go ahead and let's follow their instructions. Let's let the story unfold itself.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker? Let it ball up inside. You take it up past the group of coworkers. Present coworkers are not exploding anymore. This all is great. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. There's a slick blue graphic on the header and throw some bevel on all the text. This will ensure a calm and productive work environment. Everyone is unique. You, most of all. I'm sure for people who actually work in an office, this is like more or less what it's like. I, unfortunately, do not. I say unfortunately because I feel like I would barely be able to like just tune out the whole world and get my day done. Yes, charts and slides. Yes. All right. To do, synergize, core values, expenditures, shift global market parade, monetize free to play. Disgusting. Help, I'm a post-it. Stop. Please, no more charts. I'm begging you. Profits. What is hot? Target demographic, teenagers. What do people want? Things, money, more money. Things, but with money to buy more things? Graphs and things about money. We have our new product. All right, that's enough here. Nobody's here. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Damn. Look at this fucking office. Look at all this fucking molding. Look at this wood. Executive bathroom. I've got the feeling. Money's for stealing. But you got yours, of course. Sergeant, that's barely a purse. I can barely read that. That is so pixelated. Extreme bathrooms time. I don't remember. Is there a zoom button? Looks like there is. Hold up. There used to be a zoom button. Huh. I guess not. Oh well. What is up, Grace Ungraceful? Hello, how are you doing? We are playing the Stanley Parable. I have played the original when it first came out on Steam a while back, but I am wanting to show everybody off this game.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
What could it be?
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
8.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
So, that little Easter egg is a reference to the demo that originally came out when the mod was first released. You played a few weeks ago, it's really good. This game is really good. I love this game so much.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I am so happy that this game came back with a bunch of more content. Like, basically a whole sequel's worth of content. Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah. So, when the demo for this game first came out before the official release, it wasn't this, like, at all. In terms of, like, where you would like go and explore the office, get to the 2 doors, and like go through these endings. It wasn't that at all. It was its own thing.
Deeper into the building, Stanley
that was still in the same world, but it was mostly making fun of the player for not playing the demo correctly or it not being ready. So in one of the rooms, there was a button that just said 8, and you would just press the button that said 8.
This question would not go unanswered for long.
So that is a reference to that. And they even played the sound clip going 8.
Through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oh no. But
the lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did
hit me with the question, Grace Ungraceful.
Stanley thought
what are my favorite Zelda games?
He had the strength to find out.
I can give you like a general one, but like I think one game that's near and dear to my heart is still Wind Waker. That was like the first Zelda game that I like completed on my own, like entirely. Not 100%, but just like beat all the way through. Wind Waker's really good. Really like Twilight Princess a lot. Breath of the Wild still stands so high because of all the content, all the time and care they put into that game to just really make it different from what the other ones were. I'm excited for the sequel whenever the hell that comes out.
Their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
Yeah. What about you? What are your favorite ones? Twilight Princess is one of your favorites? Very good. I love the music in Twilight Princess.
Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
See, I want to know who the pirate is. That one was fired. Look at all these fucking monitors. Yeah, man, I love Zelda games so much. I'm trying to like space them out on my channel from how often I played them. I played Breath of the Wild. I did the DLC. I did Age of Calamity. I'm thinking the next one I'm either going to play is either going to be Wind Waker or Twilight Princess, but we'll see. Don't want to clog this up.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job?
I'll show off my tattoo.
His emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Oh, I can just pause that. There we go. Yeah, you can see my Zelda tattoo. I got Zelda's bracelet on my arm. So you can see the Hylia coat of arms there. I want to get eventually a whole sleeve that's dedicated to like mostly video games and a lot of Zelda. Yeah, thanks, man.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never.
What was your first Zelda game?
Wasn't it?
I said mine was Wind Waker, which is probably why I love it so much. Hey, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that.
But here was the proof. The heart
Hell
of the
yeah, man.
operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as
yours was actually
reality
Skyward
of his
Sword.
past
Nice.
began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
I love Skyward Sword.
He would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Hey, Miggy. Yeah, I figured since we played, we finished up Halo earlier, I might as well do something fun. Since that game just drained me of all motivation to play anything else. I was so dead by the end of Halo. I had very little fun towards the end there. But this game is great. All right. So, we'll take the very good ending right now. We'll follow everything the narrator wanted us to do. And then we'll start going off the rails. Skyward Sword is really good, though. That game, I'm so glad it got an HD port and it got a second revival, so people can like really experience the game without complaining too much about the controls.
Chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Was it over? Wait, hold on, if I move my head, you can see the Highland shield behind me.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps
Where's the skull?
The only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool
it's just out of
breeze
view.
upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path.
Welcome to freedom, Stanley.
This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
Yeah.
And Stanley was happy.
Honestly, the writing for this game is what makes this game so much fun. We got an achievement. Also, I love how they created their own achievement system for the Switch because it doesn't have anything. I remember the author posting on Twitter that like, hey, what's up with the Switch not having any achievement system? There's one on Steam, there's one on 360, there's one on PlayStation, but no, not on the Switch.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell.
The door is locked.
One thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon,
someday,
very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer.
Now it's even closer. Here it comes. I love how that's an ending. You can just say, nah. Just close the door. And that counts. That's a full ass ending. Game ended. Alright. Here's another one.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm gonna look for a computer right now. Aha.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Come on. I have been streaming for since September of last year. I really wanted to start streaming to start playing the Metroid games. I was really excited for Metroid Dread when it had come out originally. Here we go.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Ah, then in that case we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place.
This game just feeds into my desire to just be Knife Cat and be an asshole to the narrator.
The other option. Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one.
They're similar.
What do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much
I'm sick of the gag now.
Stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Cheers. I love the narrator. Again, so many different things. There's even there's a bug in one of the games where you can kind of fall out of the map in a similar state, but it wasn't caught when the game first put out, and they made a separate ending just for that. So let's go do that too.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
But
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Aha. There it is. So that still counts.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Sure. Why not? Let's also check out that broom closet.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
So, there's no jump button in the game, and I'm pretty sure... No. Aha! There it is. You can't jump. We literally took it out. So, on the Steam version, if you would just mash the space bar, which is usually a jump button in every game, you'd get that achievement.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
No. I'm actually really interested in this broom right here. Look at that. Look at the polygons on that broom.
There was nothing here.
Absolutely
no
just
no path
delicious.
To follow, just
wonderful.
An empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
We got some spool. We got a fucking wrench. That's a weapon. We got some tape. I don't even know what that orange thing in the middle is. Looks like an orange peeler.
Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
I am faffing about. Or fuck all. That's the same thing.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yes, I am.
Standing around doing nothing? Why?
Fuck you,
Please
that's
offer
why.
me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
How's the volume, by the way? Is the game loud enough, or am I too loud? I want them to be like
You do
a little bit
realize
even.
There's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring
cool.
it to find
Thanks,
out.
Miggy.
But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Ooh, is that some piping on the ground? Look at that.
Maybe
Look at that hose. Look at that clip through the fucking other model there.
Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say,
Oh, did you get the broom closet ending?
The broom closet ending was my favorite. I hope your friends find this concerning.
Another thing about this game is it very much reminds me of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
And really, really stupid.
Okay, you hold up. It reminds me a lot of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and how it takes the piss out of itself and just really is so self-aware of its own jokes and what it is. Hitchhiker's Guide is a book and is one of my favorite books.
He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Damn, dude. He's mad.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system, and you
so many good
collapsed
jokes in that
front
book.
of
Such a
your
shame they
screen.
didn't continue the movie series of
Well,
it.
a situation
I
like
think
this,
that's for the
responsible
best.
thing is to alert someone
If
nearby
anything, I would
so
think
as to
a
ensure
TV
that
show
your body is
series
taken care of
that like
before it begins
followed
to
some of the gags in
decompose.
some of the important chapters of the Hitchhiker series
Anyone who happens
would probably
to
be better.
nearby, the person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
He's given up. All right, hold up. He said I died. Player 2.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
See if this quote changes. Got the feeling. Money's for stealing. No. This is still... Oh! Ah! Okay. So, in the original picture of this, that wasn't a Mario glove. This is, I think, specific just to the Switch version of the Stanley Parable. Mario's gonna shoot this fucking panda. Let's go up. We're going up. You can just hear the narrator, like, also getting into the music. This is a long elevator ride, goddamn. Where do you think we're going? To the moon? Another business office? A room that looks exactly like the one before it? Just kidding, it went nowhere. Anyway.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings,
Not
desperate for clues to
technically,
his situation.
yes.
But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Sorry, man.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
I wouldn't say anything major, but the next time we walk by that broom closet, I will not be able to open it. So it does have an effect. There is a check for that, and the narrator makes sure that that shit doesn't happen again.
Soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
All right, we took the good ending. Let's change that.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
We could escape. But what about the other option? What else do we have?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I got onto the railing. Bye.
Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Welcome! You see, back when the Stanley Parable first launched in 2013, getting to the
Oh my
bottom
God,
of the
almost
mind
10 years
control
ago.
facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development. Anyway, when it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours. So here you go.
It is very meta.
Content. You can call it the bottom of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception of the value of these updates. Isn't that what you crave? New content? Always more content, more, more. And I'm here to give it to you. I'm here to make it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game.
I want to know how long and thick
We
this
wrote a
script
new
is
piece
that
of
this dude
music
had to,
just
like,
for
read.
this section. You won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's a secret that's just for you. That's how special you are. We call this track, Good Job You've Made It to the Bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Well done.
Kind of, but not really.
Good job, you did it. Good job. 3, 2, 1. Good job, you made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Good jumped on the catwalk. You should have been careful. You should have been careful. It used to be a bug, but now it's an ending. Now it's an ending. I believe in you. I believe in your ability to cross this barrier and chase your dreams. But railings don't mean anything.
Let's see, is it possible doing certain endings in different order prevents you from getting other endings?
Good job, you did it. Good
Yes.
job, you did it. Good job,
No,
you did
not
it.
really.
Good job, you did it. Good job,
Certain things
you
will
did it.
carry
Good
over
job,
as you like
did it.
continue to
Good
play through the
job,
game,
you did it. Good
but
job, you did it.
you can always go for those other endings if you know the right like order to do things. It won't really prevent you from doing anything. Anyway, that was a legit ending. They took a bug and just said, ah, fuck it, why not? Let's acknowledge that it exists and just also just talk about it. All right.
All
So,
of his
for example...
co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Okay, that's locked. There should be another computer here waiting for inputs. Let's see. Oh, I know where it is. There's so many different endings to this game. I think there's like 40-something endings now. The original game had like close to 20, so they basically fucking doubled it for this game.
When
We'll get to the
Stanley
right
came
door in
to
a second.
set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We'll get to the other door soon. Don't worry. Don't you worry. It's all part of the process. You gotta believe in it. Believe in the process. We'll get there.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Ah, okay, never mind. That's not a thing just yet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
And... there we go.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway.
Thank you.
Surprise.
Thank you. He gets it. He's not one to waste time. But, like, there's a flow chart for how to get the different endings in this game. Hello? Okay. Whatever. Some of them you need to, like, have done other endings in order to get other ones. Just like, you know, that bit of dialogue where you go into the boss's office and he's like, all right, we've done this already. You don't need to do it again. Fuck it. I would say there's very few times where, like, the dialogue gets
Stanley walked straight
repetitive.
ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
All right, let's actually do the other ending now.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Now there's another ending in here that you can get.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
There's one more secret you can get from doing this.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the
Might
only
have beefed
reason
it.
he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Now, I think we get this ending if we just chill here. Or not ending. There's a secret. There's an Easter egg here. There's so many different Easter eggs in this game, but I think you get it if you just chill here. 2 people were fired now. Interesting. That one says private. I don't remember how long you have to sit here to get this, but I'll go ahead and talk more about this game. So we're going through the vanilla game right now. There's not a whole lot that's been added to that. There it is. If you wait long enough, the gates open back up. Oh, how do I activate the lights? Is there another? There it is. I'm getting all the musical endings right now. Secrets! Disco Secret! Go-Go Secret Rangers! Secrets all the way! Secret Room 2014! There's the original release of The Secret. Secret of the year every year.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Will I, though?
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself? Is that what you wanted? Control?
Yeah. Ah, shit.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go. Turn the
I
controls
wanted
off
to take control.
and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode.
Nuclear?
Igniting the entire complex. How
What do you
long
mean
until
nuclear?
detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes.
Oh, fun.
Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's
Where's
your
the door? Where's the
story
door?
now. Shape it to your heart's desires.
You see that
this
door?
is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it.
Shit.
Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More
okay, we gotta
time
charge
to
this.
talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that?
Okay.
You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
Shit.
A moment of solace before you're obliterated.
Yeah, where'd everybody go?
All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell
Okay,
you
I gotta
exactly
press
what happened to them.
the number 1 and a blue
I
button.
erased them. I turned off the machine.
I
and set you
erased
free.
them.
Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though. This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
So...
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Yeah.
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off?
Maybe.
And look at you, running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
That's a 4.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching.
I have 3 attempts remaining.
Watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you
enable backup power to activate.
This is not a challenge, it's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Goodbye. Rip Stan. So, I don't know if that ending was ever updated to actually have something else happen other than just you being blown up. They give you lots of, like, red herrings of, like, oh, there's a door, and it's open when you get there, but when you get close to it, it closes. Something that says, like, failsafe, disactivate. There's nothing.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Someday. Alright, so anything else we can follow here? Any other bonus end? Hello? Okay. Who is that? Okay, bye. That was weird. I don't like that. Whomst was that?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I sure did. You can't stop me from entering that door on my left. Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I don't know if we get any extra dialogue for going back into the broom closet.
Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Okay, so there's that. Then I think the next time you get to this area, this door is nailed shut.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, this is different now. Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes, if the boss has suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. Okay. Well, that still opens. Okay. Oh, that's just open now.
Here's the door. Just go.
Ah. Fine. I was trying to do something, but let's do something else. I really got creative with like different things that you can do that has like different results. Makes this game so fun to play through again. I love this game. I'm so happy this eventually came out. That's all I gotta hear. What's up, Terra Turtle? How's it going, man?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Did I, though? Did I, though? Let's escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Me?
The door behind him was not shut.
Oh.
Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point,
Violent death.
Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and
Now, how
willingly
violent?
confront his death.
Like, violent isn't so quick that, like, it'll just happen? Oh. Oh, you've seen this game? Terra Turtle, you are in for something. I love this game so much. I played the original when it came out on Steam nearly a decade ago, as I am finding out. Jesus Christ. And I'm playing the Switch version. Oh. Oh, okay. You said a violent. How violent are we talking here? Like, am I just going to be instantly killed? Or am I going to be, like, stabbed?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was
What?
inched closer and closer
Oh!
to his demise,
Oh,
he
that
felt
violent.
his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't
Well.
know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his
Someone
death
stayed in the
was a
closet for like
memory
4 minutes and it was
lost,
hilarious. Oh, we
unplugging
got
the
that.
eyeballs from a blind
The
man.
second time you go in there, he's
So
like,
he
no, 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 no.
resigned and
I don't want
willingly
anything to do with
accepted
this.
this violent
I'll
end
keep talking
to
when
his
you leave.
brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Ah!
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh, shit. Oh, okay. Alright. Well. I guess I didn't die.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When
Welcome.
every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
So, here is a museum of just about all of the design elements for this game. You have the starting room from his office, the big center room, the other center room, and then the two doors. Now, from what I've heard about this game and how it's been made, the game uses like portal technology to not exactly have to like link all of the rooms together. They're just invisible portals that you walk through and it just looks seamless. It's really cool. So I'm just playing solitaire. Okay, turn those off. Got some doors. Alright, hold up. 23 is number 1. Ah! Bam! 431. The maintenance room, an earlier version of the maintenance room. So this is cool. You get a little bit of like side commentary, some notes from the developer about like different things that never made it into the game. There was a Warzone ending where we'd end up on a battlefield fighting aliens, but we realized that it was just too far jokey and on the nose for the game, so some people interpreted it as making fun of shooters, which was not the intention. So I have some like leftovers from that here. As well as, hey, that's the promotional material for the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. These are screenshots for it. There's the lounge. Here we have a phone, which we have yet to come to yet. The apartment timer. 15 seconds to pick up the phone, not leading the phone to a different ending. All right, what else we got here? One option, two option, one option, and the vent. There was a vent eventually at one point. But no, there's no vent now, as far as I know. If there is, I haven't found it yet. Can't reach them. Zending levers. We got a whole bunch of different colors here. Let's see what this is. Countdown disc. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room would go up or down, with freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down, and placed two endings together instead. So that's the ending countdown disc, the one that we just did. There's the freedom ending, which we've done already. There's the monitor room elevator.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Oh, okay, we're gonna die again.
Listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Turn off your Nintendo Switch. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Okay. I love how they voiced a separate take of that line just to say, turn off your Nintendo Switch. You're supposed to say, just turn off the game or close it out. Oh, that's so funny. And... oh. Oh, that's bright. I'm in heaven. Buttons. Oh, so many buttons. Oh, how wonderful. So many buttons to press. So nothing happens when I press the buttons. They just stay pressed. Mortal, and then they come undone. Okay. All right. Well, that's an ending. True heaven, dark, a little bit. All right, let's go for an obscure one. Oh, wow. So that's just there now.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Is that guy gonna walk by again? That was
room.
scary.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So you missed it. There was just a random character model that just walks through here very slowly through that hall. Here, I fucking took a screenshot of it. Like, I'm not fucking lying. It was scary. I wasn't expecting that. What the fuck? Don't do this to me, game. Alright.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We're gonna give the right door a chance. Hold up. Hold your horses. Patience.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
there it is.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
So somebody had asked me do any of these things that you do have like an effect on other endings later? And I said, yes and no. Yes, in that the narrator will remember the fact that you did that, and no, that it doesn't really affect the other endings, but they will reference them.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
All right, we're gonna go for the escape pod ending.
Here's the door.
Ha! So, if you walk in through the door and then immediately backstep when the door's closed, this door opens again. The narrator is gone. And it is just dead quiet. I don't even know if the bottom of the stairs is open. No, that's closed too. All right then. Sorry, broom closet. We're ejecting out of this fucking story. I'm out of here. I've had it. I'm done with all of you. Oh. And now this door is open. This game is like half horror game. Kinda. I have to agree with you there. There's some parts of it that are a little eerie. You are now leaving. Yep. The escape pod bay is in floor 760. Oh, we have some places to go before we get there. All right. Can't even take the fucking elevator. All right. It is very unsettling, this whole bit. There's just certain areas and rooms that are just like deep red. Most of the doors are locked around you. If you are claustrophobic, or even like agoraphobic in a sense, this would just freak you the fuck out. And agoraphobic is still accurate because the definition of agoraphobia is fear of places or situations, which is why most people with agoraphobia tend to stay in their house. It's predictable, it's safe, it's comforting. But I mean, it should feel like part of a horror game. If anything, it was made off the same engine that a lot of like old horror games were made off of, the Half-Life engine. Specifically the Half-Life 2 engine, Source engine. Alright. We are escaping. Since I can't see where the hell I'm going.
Word up.
We have ejected. That was good timing. Alright. Now let's really turn this game on its head.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
I'm gonna keep checking this fucking window in case that guy walks through again. I don't know if that's like a random chance of that happening, but it was scary. Alright. We will now give the right door a chance.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nope.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes. He knows. I love the employee lounge.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Wonderful.
It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
A wonderful employee lounge. Look at that. Soda machine, 1 coffee maker, a bunch of scatter cups.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished,
I want
here
soda.
you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. really
Very
worth
interesting.
it.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Blank notepad. All right.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy.
I was
and
about to
reflected
leave.
poorly on his overall personality.
I was about
It's
to leave.
possible that this is why everyone left.
Hey! Rude. I'm
But
going.
at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Excuse me. That looks fun. What do we have here? Can I climb this chair? Would like to climb this chair, please. Look at this warehouse. That door's open. Can I use that to escape? Let's see. Does this game have fall damage? Let's find out.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
So the answer is there is fall damage. That's true. No one can fire me if no one's there. I mean, the narrator's there. But, I mean, I think I'm the only one who can hear him. I think.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
And then shit like this happens. Alright. We mirrored this room. Didn't like that. What the fuck? Alright, for real this time.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yep,
Wow.
sure is nice.
Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I did not.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Alright. We'll take the lift.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing
I've also
your
tried
trust
landing
in
on the trucks
someone
before
else
and you
can be
still die.
difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
My sister? Who? Who are you asking for?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
My dog?
She's been waiting.
Whomst? Oh, that's a dark room.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place
That's
your
true. Could be
faith
the other
in
narrator.
another, then pick up the phone.
Sure. But there is another option there, too. My building number is also 427.
Is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
That doesn't sound like
Alright.
the other narrator.
Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Oh, god damn it.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
I'm leaving.
Sorry,
Oh.
because you're in my story now.
Fine. I'm going to my neighbor's. Damn it. Well,
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Why is this?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
I mean, this is not a bad space. You got a living room. There's a kitchen. No washing machine. I'm assuming that's a bathroom shower. One bedroom. I paid for this place.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
This life chose me.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures.
That's right.
For behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Oh, that's a little too real.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Oh no. Spend time with the boys!
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
A little bit.
As he wandered through this fantasy world,
this isn't my house.
Possible paths and
oh no, this is an office.
Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line weaved in many directions. And down
I'm going for the yellow line.
Baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free.
Hold me, dear, I'm scared.
There's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
My wife?
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Don't remind me.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to
hate
me.
Monday's cup.
He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me?
Oh.
How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
I will question nothing.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Damn. That's also pretty dark. Please die. Now there is another way out of that. And I'm about to show you a thing.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
I sure hope it is. Yay, a thing. Alright, I will show a thing. So that phone, what other option do you have but to answer it?
The correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Ah, that employee lounge.
The lounge was
Love it.
sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so but
Fuck
eager
you.
to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
And nope.
Stanley
sure
was so
won't.
bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy.
I want to get
really,
through
I'm
there.
not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing.
We're gonna go
but
jump onto
you
that
all
catwalk
this time.
in
There's
the
someone
next
you've
next
been
round through.
neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please.
I want to
stop
jump.
trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To
Blah,
put
blah.
your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need
yeah?
to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. Oh, no, you can't. Did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly?
That's
I didn't
right.
even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another.
Oh yeah,
Music
I'm sure
comes
that's what
in,
happens.
Fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are
Meow.
you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't
What's that?
believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
That's right, baby.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why
Sucks,
you've been
I
able
know.
to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you.
How much is this
properly
game?
on
I think
safe
it was like 20
decision-making
bucks
in
just
the real
on
world.
Nintendo
Please
eShop.
observe this helpful instructional video.
It's pretty cheap on Steam
It's
too.
the best
On Steam
part
too.
of being a real person, but if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous.
Ah,
For
yes.
example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read.
I would love
Which
to forget how to
choice
read.
would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse
Thought?
why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
A what? I'm having a what? That doesn't sound right. Let's see.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most
It's like-
medical professionals
it's not over
recommend
30
making at least
30
8
bucks.
choices per day. Do you make more than
Let's
8?
see. On Steam,
Less?
it is.
And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a
It's 25 bucks on
significant
Steam.
contribution to the world, just
Pretty sure it's the
remember
same thing everywhere
that
else.
in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside.
Ah,
At this
yes.
time, your
Existential
instructor
dread.
will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, well.
Oh, God.
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry.
Stop, stop, stop. Danger, danger everywhere.
Making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago. and
Stop
see
flipping
what
into
the
me, it
correct thing
hurts.
to do would have been. This way, please.
Okay. Oh, okay, I see. We have guardrails now.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying.
Fucking watch me.
The main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get
isn't that just Chrono Trigger?
Possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Fine. Oh, here we go. Do not jump from the cargo while in motion will cause S. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, $5,000. Technically, I could still fall off. But let's not do that. See, there's like a little shaft down there. I want to try to get there. All right, where are we going? Caution, do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. Stop that shit. All right, what are we getting into here? Yes, this is what I get for being a real person.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Meow! Meow! No.
No!
Oh, God!
Do that. Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
I'm scared. The world is falling apart around me. Fucking fine. All right. Oh, no.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever.
Oh, God.
Reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way.
Turn left 360 degrees.
Down entirely, to willingly destroy all of my
Juror everywhere.
No. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down.
Everything is okay using slides. I am suffering. Oh, God. What did you do? Oh, that's horrifying. Ah! Oh, that's worse.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world.
This is horrifying.
Run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it?
No, not really.
There's a world outside of you. You're a child.
Rude.
Oh.
I'm 27.
My story.
I am not a child.
If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back.
Oh.
is behave exactly as Stanley would.
I think we're stuck in a time loop.
Responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
Oh no. All right. The universe says everything will fall apart unless you comply.
The door on his left.
Fine. Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
It's just locked. Keep going right.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I would love to keep going right, but I don't think anything's going to happen. I think this is a scripted event. So I think you'll keep resetting, if I remember correctly. Yeah, like even the boss's office is different here.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley
Mario, don't do it, don't shoot him.
Who orchestrated this? Until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Night Shark 115. Night Shark 115.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
I am. Night Shark 115.
I'm sorry, is there a problem?
Uh-huh.
You didn't mishear me, did you?
No.
Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
I am the most expensive boss.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously.
Well, I'm not
If you
Stanley.
didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You...
Me?
When Stanley came to a set of
Aha!
open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you...
We have left the game, everybody. We have broken the fourth wall.
I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important.
Now, while this is the credits ending, because we end up beating the game, or beating the narrator, there is so much more. So much more.
I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something.
And in fact, there's a running gag every time you boot up the game. Something different will happen with the narrator or the game's like options menu every time you turn it on.
Are you there?
At least for the first few times.
Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice.
I gotta say, the narrator, the voice they got for this guy,
I'll wait for you to decide
perfect.
what's the right thing to do.
He nails it.
Take as much time as you need.
But yeah. Let's do a couple more of the vanilla game endings, and then the next time we play this next week, we'll do some of the newer stuff. Narrator is 10 out of 10. I love Kevin Brighting.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright. So that's what unlocks the new content. You get the credits. Well, we'll check that out next time.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first happiness open door on his left.
Overrated. You know what else is overrated?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
This shit.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Oh yeah, really? Neglect this.
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why?
A little bit.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
No buckets past this point. Well, fine. I don't have a bucket anyway. But I would love a bucket.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this
This is my version of red.
Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? You don't think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees?
A skill tree would be cool.
You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
He removed the doorknob. All right. Third option.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Here, I'm going to give you the most unhelpful feedback you can ever give somebody.
Oh, of course. A 3. Really? Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion, you know? Any level of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings. Does that sound good? Think we can do that? Yes? Wonderful. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Oh, a leaderboard. All right, we'll go with the original path. I see your comment now, Tara. Good old Neil. Skid. Hogarth. Mr. Vay's Esquire. Oh. 23% click the intro sequence. Only the worst 3% shows the blue door. The dead rat is offline. And that's me! Okay. Oh, I see.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
No. In fact, it made it worse. Here, I'll give you the worst rating.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and
Oh.
now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
All right, let's see what we got. What's he got for us? What's he worked on?
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective?
So, here's some shit. There is actually something that happens after you play this minigame for 4 hours.
Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
But we're not doing that.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
I'll pause that now. So, there is something that happens when you play that thing for 4 hours. And I think 2 hours into it, he adds, I think, another side behind you with another baby also going into another pit of fire. So you have to go back and forth. If you do it for both things, I think you get a separate ending altogether. I think. But that's real.
Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know
You
what
can
to
look
do.
it up
I'm
on YouTube.
completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done.
Okay.
It's over.
All right.
Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable.
Yeah, a 1 and a
hey,
3.
Since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain.
Okay.
Let's see. What do we have here?
Are you looking through my library?
Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
What do we got?
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our
Firewatch.
backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Yeah, this is straight up Firewatch. Don't tread on me. Nice. Wow. I have been blocked. So, back when the original game came out, it had 2 other games you could play.
Oh, no. No, it can't be.
Yes?
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
Oh, hey!
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
So in the original game,
Okay, I think
the game puts you into Portal because it was supposed to be only played through Steam. So it'd go through your Steam library, and everybody has Portal.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any
Rocket League.
possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
These are just straight up asset ripped out of Rocket League.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball?
Sports
Stanley,
ball?
I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must.
We
Okay,
must.
Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Whoa! Boom! Oh, we pick up speed in this.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought.
I can't
And
tell where my
realize
hitbox
I'm not
is.
a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball.
More balls!
Yes. Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable.
Insatiable!
More balls.
My God. I want to play this version of Rocket League. So, one of the other games that the original game had too was it would put you in Portal, and it would put you in Minecraft. Like, legit Minecraft.
Stanley, are you having fun?
I
Is this
am.
a real video game? Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over. That's right. Your little fun comes to an end. This is my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides,
Do I have to
you
change
need
my game
someone like
category
me
now
to set
because we're playing Rocket
boundaries for
League?
you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I am structure. I'm your... Hold on. What are you doing?
You have Rocket League on your Switch? Nice. Whoa!
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Hey! What is up, Cam? I just had your stream up, and now it's on me. This is a little meta. This is the Stanley Parable. How are you guys doing? Whew. Anyway, welcome to the original Stanley Parable. This is what the original mod looked like, built out of the Steam engine. You love this game? I know, I love this game too. I'm playing the Ultra Deluxe version that came out on Switch because I love the original so much. So we're going through, hey, Powerosity. Punsitivity? Punsitivity. Punsitivity. Puns! Got it. All right. I just couldn't say that, and it was really bothering me. Anyway, this is what the original game looked like. I love this game so much. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate that. Oh my God! And here we have some dev tools. Now, this is the horror aspect of the game. You have no idea where you're going. Everything is dark. And the game just cuts to black.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it.
Oh.
He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him.
I love
He needs me.
the narrator. Oh, thank you guys so much. I would love to get to affiliate. And you guys are definitely getting me closer.
Who I am. That is what I mean to this world.
It makes you anxious.
Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends,
No, not
after
yet.
it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon.
Oh my
Very
gosh. Don't you dare. I still need my average to go up, but this will help. Hey, Shazza. How's it going? All right, let's get some more endings. We need to find the adventure line. We have not found the adventure line, and clearly that is unacceptable. Hey, Shazza. All right. We need to find the adventure
How long
line.
was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time.
Yeah, on
from
every
now
story
on.
ending? Nice. On the original or Ultra Deluxe? Because I still haven't played the Ultra Deluxe a whole lot. You feel offended that Shazza and you knows you ran into with... No, hello! Kuvi! Kuvi, I'm sorry! I didn't see you there! I'm so sorry, Kuvi! How are you, Kuvi? I miss you! Also, if you were ever worried that you wouldn't find the new content in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, don't worry. It's literally written on the door. Alright. I need to find the adventure line.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
There's...
Stanley felt lightheaded.
So, Ken, there's
butterflies in
so
his
much that
stomach,
they added to this
giddy in a
game.
way he had
Even for the
never
original
known
stuff, too.
before. Was it this room? But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Alright, so... we decided to ignore the narrator the first time
Stanley
through.
was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired.
It is the
years ago.
exact same narrator. It's still Kevin Brighting.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps
I don't
we've
know if he
gotten off on the
redid
wrong foot here.
all of his original
I'm not your
lines,
enemy,
but
really.
he doesn't sound any different.
I realize that
And this
investing
game
your
is
trust
nearly
in
a decade
someone else
old.
can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Oh,
There's
I'm going
someone
to.
you've been neglecting,
We just
Stanley.
did the ending.
Someone you What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove
It's true,
that
Shazza,
I'm
you're
on
rad.
your side. Give me a
Uh-oh,
chance.
I'm on the wrong side of the fence. So, Kem, they even, like, updated some of the things for the original game, too. So the game asks you, when you start playing it for the Deluxe Edition, have you played the original before? If you select no, then it'll give you just the original stuff first until you hit credits. Yes, and what we just did before you guys came in there is we did the ending where you play other games in your library. So the original had Minecraft and Portal. It changes it. In this game, it puts you in Firewatch, and then it puts you in Rocket League.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
All right, we'll listen to him. We'll show him.
Thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
What the hell is this?
I'm a little scared of that. Hey, what's up, Celtic Warrior? All right, let's enter the door. Oh, it's the same door. Oh, God. Where am I? I am scared. It is perfect timing.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
What do we have here?
Here. Yes. Oh, it's
Here we go!
If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place.
I fucking love
Stanley,
that. There
I
you
think
go.
I feel happy.
Everyone feel
I
happy.
actually
Feel the zen.
Happy.
Ah, yes. Oh, it's so nice. All right, enough of that.
No, wait. Where are you going? Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
So I'm just going to begin the game again because it gets repetitive. Essentially, You just throw yourself up the stairs like 3 or 4 times and then you die, and the narrator remarks that you would rather kill yourself than play his game. It's a little dark. You wanted to see it for a bit? I'm sorry, Cam. You don't have a clue what's it about? Oh, Shaz, you are in for it. I'm trying to find a specific ending that you get for doing certain
Already
things
this was
in different order.
uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
Uh-huh. So, there's a random chance that there will just be a character walking through here, and I caught it, and it scared me. And just to prove to you that it's real, I'll show it off. I took a fucking screenshot as soon as I saw it because it scared me. Look! Look! Who is that? Why is there another Stanley? I want to open this door. I cannot.
When Stanley came
Who
to
is
a
this
set of
man?
2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Ah, yes, the employee lounge.
The lounge was
Delicious.
grand,
Drink
majestic,
it in.
Perhaps too majestic. Like a combination of a much smaller version and a much larger version of this exact room. It all made
I
Stanley
think it's like a really rare random
He started
chance.
to bleed a little. This made him smile. At last, proof that he was human.
There's so much weird dialogue in this.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
All right, we'll take the door.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Nope. Now we're going down.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Okay.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
Okay. All right, fine. To the right.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right?
I don't know.
What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear. Would you hold on for a minute, please?
I will hold. Take your time. This game is great. I'm so glad that it got a re-release.
Right,
It deserves it.
down,
And all the new content is
right.
basically a sequel in itself.
Okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay. What do we got here? Hey, wait a minute.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story
Sorry.
is completely unusable. How
Ruined your
about,
ending.
Rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track,
Oh, that guy was fired.
From the top.
All right. The end is never. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. I think if we go back there again, something else happens. If I remember correctly. So let's try that.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
No, I sat on the floor.
A story somewhere, or a... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the
I
one who
don't
wrote
know.
the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure.
Ooh.
Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
I want to find the story. This is not the way to the story. What about this way? Let's take this way to the story. Inner guilt. Everyone knows what you did. They're just holding you back to let you torture yourself. That's new. All right, where am I now? More offices. Yes, yes, very good. Oh, okay. We're back here.
I'll say
Alright, fine.
this is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need
I'm
to
getting
restart the
backroom
game again?
vibes. You're gonna lurk, but
Well,
you
I
love
find it
this? Alright.
unlikely that we'll
Sounds
ever
good.
progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Alright, let's see what happens next then. Alright, enjoy your lurk, Ken. I'm gonna be playing for like another 15 minutes and then I'll call it a night. We'll pick this up with the new content next week on Thursday.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, surely this time nothing different will happen.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Thank you so much, Cam. Okay, yeah, let's try going back. Let's go back. Let's see what we can find. Thank you so much for the raid. It really means a lot. Okay. Alright, the story is maybe through here?
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
We still need to figure out when we can do the KH rando. Yes, we do.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building.
This is a derelict house. Yes, we will. We will absolutely do that. I still need to test it out. Oh.
Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
I did it!
Congratulations!
I win!
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off.
Wait,
so,
wait.
Good job.
Yes!
At all.
Ah, damn it.
No, you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
Fine.
Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
Yeah, you kind of handed it to me.
I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Okay. Surely this time, nothing wrong will happen. Aha!
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line.
TM.
How simple is that?
Okay. Sounds good. I love the adventure line. We get to go in here now. Ooh. Okay. Oh, the doors are still gone.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
No. I'm done. Well, don't worry. We'll play more of this soon. But thank you so much, Cam. All right. Let's follow the line. We're going to follow the line, get this ending, and then call it a night.
You see? The line knows where the story is.
Oh, it sure
over in
does.
This direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up...
Sorry, I won't leave the line.
Even if
Okay.
there's no story there. Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably
line's
conjured
getting
into being via the very manifestation
I can't do that.
of the nature of
Wall
life
running was
itself?
not in my
Okay,
description.
Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that
This line's going
existence,
places.
right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental...
This line's got to calm down.
construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not
Good
sure where
Lord.
I was going with all that.
Line,
You know
please.
what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Do we? Are you seeing this? Whoa, there's a pocket dimension. Oh my god! Who's employee 432? I'm employee 427. Okay. That's just trapped in its own pocket dimension there. That's cool. Oh, it's gone. It is got a little bit Banjo-Kazooie vibes, I agree. Alright.
Cut the music.
Yes?
Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Got it. Alright, anyway. Alright, Adventure Line, what you got for me? Wait, what?
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No.
Where did this door come from?
No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
The line does not abide. Alright. Only Ferns. That's good. I would subscribe to Only Ferns. Oh, god damn it! We're back here again.
Not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Jeez. Alright. The line failed us.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the Adventure Line. What's it ever done for us? We're
That's true.
intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something
all right, fair.
exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Employee 437. Oh, okay.
Now, yes, this is
all right.
exciting.
Enjoy
Just
that final
me and
boss.
Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
There's some non-Euclidean geometry going on here. Also, is it just me, or does this whole like situation we're in like remind you or give you like the Backrooms vibes? Don't fall out of reality. Oh, god damn it.
No, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or
agreed.
Monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it. We
It's TM. Alright, fine. Yeah, this guy. Fuck this guy. Well, there he goes.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
All right.
Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination
that's making me dizzy.
With the
I'm just going to stand in the center. How about that?
Door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right
This isn't Minecraft. What do you mean nothing should be circular?
And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic.
All right.
Come, Stanley.
Right door.
Our destiny awaits.
All right, sure. This is the right way to go. Wait, they both go to the same place.
What's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
Find the confusion ending schedule. Narrator forgets about previous restarts. Attempts to play story was prevented. Unable to go anywhere or do anything. Restarts on its own.
According to the schedule, I
find the line
again.
again.
Then what? Am I just supposed to forget?
Begin to deteriorate. Attempt to make up a story here.
My mind goes blank. Simply
There's no longer an office, simply a white space. Wander into the blackness, find a bookstore, get bored, and leave.
Well, who consulted me?
The narrator's gone after a long time. Stanley dies.
I get a say in all of this. Is it really?
I'll sit in my chair.
It can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle?
I think you broke the game.
Whatever it is that made this schedule. How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay.
Yeah.
I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, sure.
I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey. Though they're
That's
always
part of the
saying
journey.
that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now.
I
We'll
think
find
so.
out, won't we? Eventually.
Sure.
Well,
I
in
mean,
the meantime, if you...
There was a failsafe. Okay. All right, and that's the end of that ending.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
All right, let's see. What ending should we go for to make it the last ending? I'm trying to think of one that we have not done yet. Oh, I know. There's one we haven't done yet. Hello, new content. We will check you out later. So... I'm sorry. This wasn't here before. Oh god, and that 3 is off-center. Oh, this is so disorienting. I hate it. So, randomly in the game, sometimes the game will just throw in extra hallways just to fuck with you. So, in the original game, there was like almost 20 endings. In the new version of the game, with all the new content, there's something like 40-something endings now. Like, the DLC is basically a sequel. The die after being protected from dying ending. Yeah.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. Yeah, that's a lot. But you go through them. Some of them are joke endings. A lot of them aren't necessarily like real endings that you have to go through the game like multiple times.
Not a single person here either.
So,
feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Yeah, about the boss's office thing,
Coming to
no.
a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
This is hell. We're not doing that.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that.
The first game had
and
16.
In such a competitive economy,
Okay. Thanks, Command.
All because
Tips to not get fired. There's a lot of really funny slides.
His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a
42.
single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
Oh yeah, like
For
what?
example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Oh my
And
god.
for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real.
I like this ending too.
He came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose
I think that's actually what it is a direct reference to.
My boring real-life
This game, you know, is very meta and self-aware, and it very much is in the spirit of The Hitchhiker's Guide.
And began to gently float above the ground.
So that is probably why there are 42 endings.
Soaring through space on a
Also, yeah, we are flying now.
field, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head.
What's
While
that?
he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by
As in Miles
Stanley,
Morales'
who
number?
found it
I mean, sure.
particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
Hey,
now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all,
in which
he was
version of the
certain beyond a
Hitchhiker's Guide?
doubt that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical
There's a couple of
stars just
different
moment
versions.
ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
I see.
He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream.
Oh, okay, so the
I wish
recent
it
one.
to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Really quick, command. I did play the original first game. And this game, yeah, rest in peace, Alan Rickman. But this game actually does ask you before you start it, because this is the Ultra Deluxe Edition. It will ask you if you've played the original. If you answer no, then it doesn't give you access to the new content until you hit a specific ending that rolls credits. And then the next time you load it up, it will load up with the new content door open there. So that way you can experience the original in all its glory and then move on to the new content. But if you pick yes, you have played it, then it just opens up that door for you immediately. Oh shit, we're still here.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
That's not me.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like.
Clearly.
In that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
I like that ending. All that leading up to the, and then she turned and ran. Stanley's dead. Just kidding. Because the end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. And yeah, those are just about all the endings for the original game.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing?
And then we all begin again. So yeah, I think that is all of the original endings for the Stanley Parable. I think I went through all of them. There might be one that I have missed, but I can't remember. It's probably just a gag ending. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this. I'm going to definitely be playing more of this because I love this game and I'm so excited to see the new content. So we're going to do that next week on Thursday, same time. In the meantime, yeah, I'll see you guys later. So I'm going to play this again on Thursday next week. Tomorrow, I might play some Metroid Prime because I missed out on Monday and Tuesday this week because I was out of town. And in that time, I got a new Wiimote. So this one has the Motion Plus built into it, so I should have a much easier time playing. But I'll let you guys know. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys have a good night. Thank you, Kem, for the raid, and thank you, Kubi, for chatting and just sticking around with me. Terror Turtle, same for you. Thank you, Caman. Everybody else, Shazza, you too. Everybody else, have a good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much. Good night. Ooh, that sounds fun, Terror Turtle. Have fun.